Oh, it's been said a bard's life can often be a hard life, or hill and dale to rove and always move from town to town. And some folk have inquired if ever we grow tired of ranging all around the world and never settling down.
But one should be a little wary of remaining stationary. This comfortable is lovely, but it's not the way we grow. When life starts to unravel, pick up your pack and travel. You'll find a strange serenity in places you don't know. Wriggle-dee-dum-dee-doo-da-terry-o-dee. There's so much to see beyond the open door. It's outward bound we go. Who knows what we'll find that we've never found before. Adventures waiting further down the road. It's waiting for you further down the road. You've got no map for showing which direction you are going.
But why start on a journey if you know where it will end?
And once you recognize,
to anticipate surprise, you'll relish every twist and turn that lies around the bend. Wriggle-dee-dum-dee-doo-da-terry-o-dee-da-dee-da-dee. There's so much to see beyond the open door. It's outward bound we go. Who knows what we'll find that we've never found before. Adventures waiting further down the road. It's waiting for you further down the road. Lie-da-lie-da-lie-da-lie-da-lie. Lie-da-lie-da-lie-da-lie. Lie-da-da-lie-da-lie-da-lie-da-lie. La-da-da-lie-da-lie-da-lie. La-da-da-lie-da-lie-da-lie. The world has got its demons. There are many reasons why you'd find it harder to be brave than be afraid. But every life could use some danger. Every friend was once a stranger. Ships are safe in harbor, but that's not why ships are made.
Wriggle-dee-dum-dee-doo-da-terry-o-dee-da-dee. A fwit-da-dee-da-dee. There's so much to see beyond the open door. It's outward bound we go. Who knows what we'll find that we've never found before. Adventures waiting further down the road. It's waiting for you further down the road. Lie-da-lie-da-lie-da-lie-da-lie. Lie-da-lie-da-lie-da-lie. Lie-da-lie-da-lie-da-lie-da-lie. La-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Adventures waiting further down the road. Let's go! Lie-da-lie-da-lie-da-lie-da-lie. Lie-da-lie-da-lie-da-lie. Lie-da-lie-da-lie-da-lie-da-lie. La-da-da-da-da-da-da-lie. La-da-da-da-da-da-da-lie.
"'Tis time, 'tis time, 'tis time, 'tis time for Nat 21 Adventures, the place where we play D&D for your amusement. I know you're confused, you're disoriented, you don't know where you are. It's as if you're going through hyperspace trying to find the planet that you are meant to live on. As if the dimensions are whooshing past you very, very fast and you've lost all sense of taste in your mouth. Dear ones, that's because I have returned as your Metatron. It's really good to see you all again. My name is Carmel, and I will be pulling the strings in the background today. And it's a wonderful opportunity for me to tell you that tonight's show is sponsored by Ren Adventures D&D Tours, Penny Dragon Publishing, the makers of the Mag of Holding, Goblonia, Kickstarter, Little Empires, and Memento Mori, and Memento Vivere, Escape from Ghost Island Adventure Book, which we are playing through this month of Halloween. And you can get yours from the nat21adventures.com website in the Halloween Adventure Pack. Welcome, dear ones. Welcome to episode 7 of All Bard Party. Our band of bards has found themselves transported to yet another plane, a dark and brooding place where lost souls fade from existence like shells being worn down on the beach, giving one last glimmering sparkle before being utterly destroyed. Speaking of utter destruction, here is our dungeon master, Paulo Garbanzo.
Greetings, adventurers. Hello again, Carmetatron.
Carmetatron, that's me.
Yes, I decided, who has time to say Carmel the Metatron when you could just say Carmetatron?
I mean, time is an illusion anyways.
It's true.
None of us have it. No one has time.
We've spent more time just talking about how little time we have than we could have just... Well, anyway, I didn't expect to see you here, but I guess you're everywhere. How was
you
last
can see me.
Yes, how was
everywhere.
Last night's show?
Last night's show was wonderful. We're sticking to one story for a while. We're reading Speakeasy by Catherine Valente, and it's a mashup of the 12 Dancing Princesses folk story with a Zelda Fitzgerald origin story. It's brilliant. So, and Lady Prue was there last night watching, so I was very excited to have some people from the team. So I look forward to climbing into bed with everybody next week at 10 p.m. Eastern for more story.
Whoa. Well, welcome everyone to another episode of Nat 21 Adventures All Bard Party. We have a fantastic adventure for our players, but first, you, our viewers, your adventure begins here. This is an interactive Dungeons and Dragons game. You can use channel points to influence the die rolls and the Dungeon Master. Join the Nat 21 Patreons for even more power, because who doesn't love more power? I do like to clarify the rules before we start. So here goes. When using your powers, you could work together, adding bonuses up, but more powerful bonuses can cancel the ones before it, so you can negate other people's bonuses just to mess with them. Oh, it's so much fun. However, a roll of a natural 1 or a natural 21 from our players of the game or myself cannot be changed. They are sacred. Everything else, feel free to mess with. Powers must be given and used immediately. So if you give out a modifier, it has to be used on that next roll of either the player or the Dungeon Master, whatever it is. Critical successes and failures can also be used in other ways. I definitely give you points for creativity. If you want something strange to happen, throw down the crit and we'll see how it goes. You can cheer on our players like thousands of tiny magical fairies, which may help them depending on what's happening. So feel free to cheer when someone is having an action that you want to encourage. Our party, the Norks of Grok, have been transported to a dark realm, my friends. It's spooky, and it's right here in this source book that we'll be using all October. Memento Mori, Memento Vivere, from Judas and Magnolia. That's right. It's an awesome source book. It's 122 pages of delightful... Oh, what would you like to call? What do you call it? It's
trouble.
Yes, it's a delightful source book for a spooky, chilling, ghastly adventure, and we're gonna do this all of October. So let's get right to it and roll that Nat 21 footage. Good day, everyone. Good evening. Good, ready for some adventure. I love that. Right at the moment we started the game, we had 21 viewers. I was like, "Oh, it's that 21 with 21 viewers." Well, what is new? I am here in the Red Roof Inn in Biloxi, Mississippi. Ooh, I
That
made it
sounds
spooky
very
with
classy.
lighting. This is actually lighting that is provided at the hotel. So.
Well, that's
All
actually
right.
pretty good, actually.
The Red Roof Inn should be run by gnomes, it seems. I'm just saying.
Well,
And
we're
the IHOP
practically
should be
running
run
it
by
already.
rabbits. Hmm.
Where
Well,
rabbits?
what is new? I know that Prue, you've just also arrived at a festival. Just last
That's
week.
right. I'm at the Carolina Renaissance Festival, and we'll be running for, I think, another 8 weekends here in Huntersville, North Carolina. This festival is about 35 years old, and it's beautiful in the fall. So I hope you'll all come and find me.
Grand. Let's see. Anybody else have anything coming up this week? Just relaxing, maxing, relaxing. We're working hard on the a Halloween kit. That's right.
Very hard.
Well,
And we've actually 3 people have bought it, and we still don't have the shipping working correctly. But you guys snuck in under the wire there, so you're getting a deal on that shipping.
a deal on a deal.
Oh,
Amazing.
That's true. Deal on a deal.
Quite all right. Well, it looks like the opening scene of this campaign. This dark, brooding city. Once again, our players have been separated. And they are starting off in different locations. We don't even have Iziri. She's gone. She may not even made it into this plane. She disappeared. She does have a demon's eyeball in her stomach, so who even knows? But this city, even darker than Magecroft. I thought it couldn't get any darker. Like none more black. But no, it can. It's dark, it's dingy, it's brooding. A pall hangs over the air. And not just me.
Salami kachok.
That was terrible.
Funny. You're so funny.
Now, each of our players wander about, but they are in a fog that hangs around their every movement. Like, you can't see more than 10 feet around, but you do realize that you are wandering about a dock of some nature. And you can tell there's maybe spires of a dark city, and off to the back of the dock is just the darkness with small twinkling lights that you thought were stars at first when you arrived, but clearly they actually move with a sway, not of a wind, but perhaps just their own energy holding each other together, moving each other apart like tiny galaxies. The fog clears a little bit as you hear sounds of other people, and so you actually come together on a large dock, and there are several other people who have.
Wait, we found each other?
Well, you're all on the same dock.
All right.
And you all are, but there's so many people here. They look also like new arrivals as well, like yourselves. And they're kind of weird and kind of looking around questioningly, like they don't really know where they are either. When a vaguely uniformed, I'm just going to say vaguely uniformed because it's not really a uniform you've ever seen, but it's definitely like, this clearly is some sort of coat with some like epaulets and a very, very formal looking hat. And he starts saying, "All right, my friends, voluntary registration and arrival tax, please. Voluntary registration and arrival tax." And people are kind of like, "Oh," and everyone looks a little confused. And the gnomes, you spot Salome looking very, very confused.
Salami!
God!
Down here!
Yeah, we're definitely coming from lower.
no.
You don't know me before.
Oh, Kazoo, Salami, where are we? Where's Aziri?
Where is Ziri?
I landed in the water, and I can Aziri swim? Because I landed in the water.
Well, she might be around somewhere. Oh, you landed in the water. Ooh.
Yeah, but it was like hot and bubbly. It's kind of hot tubby.
Ooh. Ooh.
I mean, it was nice actually. It was really lovely.
Oh, all right.
Uh,
Someone threw a spear at me, and then someone else hopped in front of the spear and died. Most melodramatically.
Did you even know that person?
I mean, she looked like my cousin, but I can't imagine why my cousin would have been here. And then, well, now she's dead.
I'm sorry.
I prefer to think. Yes, I don't know how to feel about it, really. Grateful, I suppose.
Yay!
I'm
so confused.
What's
Where are
this
we?
tax thing? What that they want? Did we bring our purses?
Do we even know if they accept currency? What are other people given?
You see them eventually pulling out a coin and handing it to them to this man, and the different coins. If you watch
I was gonna say,
long enough,
are all the coins looking?
you
the
see
same?
like
Yeah.
a silver coin, a copper coin, and you can see like a family is there, two adults that clearly are together, and they start arguing. They're like, what does this mean, voluntary registration and arrival tax? I mean, are we registering? And if it's voluntary to register, well, then is the tax voluntary? Wait a minute. And so they start having this argument, and they're trying to like, you feel like they're just trying to get away with not paying this tax.
So what happens to them? That's what I want to know.
This dock master, who's clearly in charge with his giant hat, and he's like, no, it's all, of course, voluntarily required for you to voluntarily do it. And the guy's like, is there someone to talk to about this? He's like, I am the one to talk to about this. And after a bit of hemming and hawing, you see that apparently he gets away with not registering, but the tax for entering is not voluntary. So he ends up, but pays with two different coins. So there doesn't seem to be.
Okay. I bend down and I pick up a couple of the flattest of rocks that I can find.
Well, you're on a dock. But tell you what, give me a survival check.
Wouldn't it be helpful if I had a character sheet? So yes, that would be, you waited for 14. That's right. You waited
14.
for 14.
Well, what I'm actually going to do is say that there's not. All right, I'm going to actually roll, because there's a really great thing in this book that is a random trinket thing. If I can just find it.
See, DLC Blondie knows where I'm going with this.
Yeah.
Oh, yes. I wasn't oh, let's see. Here we go.
Is there an oyster around?
It was like, oh, yes, it's here. It's here.
Great.
Wait. Hang on. I was like, oh, I should probably use that. I should probably find it where it is right now. All right.
This is great TV, you guys.
We're super prepared for
knocking
everything.
it right out of the park.
Yeah, we are professional.
You find
In the
an
meantime-
old, broken piece of brass jewelry that was possibly a cartouche, but the stone is missing out of the center of it. And it looks like it's been
nice.
flattened and just damaged beyond repair.
Okay.
I fished a little plastic pirate coin out of my pocket that was given to me by a child at a festival a while ago. That's what I've got ready.
So
Very-
I'm gonna use mending, which is a cantrip, but I can make it look much better.
Because you're
No
so
trace
clever.
of former damage.
I'm an idiot.
All right. Well, you can you can make it come back together, but it is definitely
Still
still
missing stone.
yeah. It does. Then it's definitely still still stepped on, but kind of, you know, you've created the circle back around again, but
You shined it up real good.
well, yeah, you shined it up. It's mended. The line goes forward, and the three of you make it to the dock master. He's like, all right, voluntary registration and taxation.
I volunteered to not register. Thank you very much. But we do have some taxations to contribute. And I would like to hand it to him using minor illusion to make it look like the stone is in the thing and it's much more valuable.
He looks at it, and he goes, but this isn't a coin.
Oh, does it have to be a coin? I take it,
does.
and it's a coin. Minor illusion.
All right, give me a Arcana check.
I'm gonna roll those dice. I'm gonna not make my Arcana. Oh, ooh, that's
Oh,
better
Red
than I
Mom's
thought.
already throwing down the +5.
16.
Aw, that's-
no. Then that's 21. Then
All right. As you bring it forward, you realize that it's not what you wanted it to look like, and you have to concentrate really hard to get it to look like a coin. And you're kind of like,
coin.
it's a coin.
It's like blood vessel. Thoop, thoop, thoop.
Yeah, absolutely.
I wiggle a little prestidigitation over there to make it sparkle a little, just for fun.
Ding. It also is. It takes some work, but you're like, ding. Like, both of you are now sweating profusely, but you have managed to make this look like a shiny, sparkly coin. And he's like, okay.
I hate parting with my money. You're welcome. I turn around and go.
What is before I declare my intentions? What are we registering for? What is the purpose of this? Why?
New arrivals.
All right. What is the registration for?
Well, we have to keep track of you, don't we?
I suppose. Where are we?
You're on the island of Anon.
Anon?
Of Anon.
Yes.
Oh. Well,
The
it
city
sounds
infested.
very.
I know this place. Anon, anon. Da, 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 da.
Anon, anon.
Da, 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 da. Anon, anon. Da, 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 da.
Well,
Anon,
I'm
anon.
glad that our name has gotten out.
We put on a whole ass show for this guy. Okay.
Hey, friends, we lost our impulse control when Aziri come with us.
Well, this is the only thing we
Oh no,
know
this is
for
what happens when a
certain.
band loses their manager.
Yeah, we just do them for everybody. This is the only thing we know we do well together.
Street performers can go down on the other part of the dock. This is where people enter.
What
Okay.
lies within? And
The
do you
city
think
of
we can make
Vestige.
some money? Oh, Vestige.
Yes.
And how do we? Forgive me if this sounds rude. How do we go home? How do we leave? Oh, that's not a good laugh.
Oh, there's only one way out of here.
Yes, do enlighten me, please.
Well, you're still alive, sort of.
Wait, sort of?
Sort of.
What causes you to doubt?
Well, you're here, aren't you?
Are we dying?
I think we're.
You know, if you had to ask, I really.
Salami, what's your question?
Question from the half-orc.
Yeah. Are you saying that we can check out anytime we like, but we can never leave?
I was trying to get there. Yes, but could you answer the question?
Oh no, he's going to stab us with his stealing knives!
Oh,
no, I
you
won't.
can kill this beast!
Somebody behind you goes, "You're holding up the line!"
All right, well, here's my coin.
Is it the...
It's a plastic pirate coin.
He goes, "Oh, I haven't seen that in a while."
It's very dear to me. All right. Salami, do you need a coin?
Yeah.
All right.
Musician.
I pull out another slightly older and slightly less authentic looking pirate coin.
All right.
I have hundreds of these things, you guys.
He takes it and goes, "All right, new band in town. That's wonderful."
The orcs
Great.
of Grok. The
Norks of Grok.
of Grok.
The Norks of Grok, you don't say.
We
So
just
are you
said-
more of a gang or are you a band?
Oh, definitely a band.
super band? We're like the greatest band ever.
Yeah. The greatest band ever. Mhm.
Tribute.
Very well. Welcome to Vestige. Have a
Yay!
pleasant day.
Vestige in
All
Anon.
right. Let's go get our bearings, team.
Okay, what the hell? Are we dying? Are we dead? Are we in a twilight zone? Are we?
All
what's
of those are
happening?
kind of true.
I think that's a yes. I think it's a yes to all of the above.
Okay, we really need to find Aziri. Or is Aziri alive and sitting there standing over our bleeding out corpses?
Well,
so as you make your way from the dock to the dock area of the rest of the city, so off of the large quay, there was someone who was sitting on top of a couple of crates, just watching you, and kind of definitely amused by your antics. It looks like a mercenary adventurer sort of fellow, and he kind of laughs as you kind of go by. He kind of gives
what? You want to start something? You want to tell us something? Do you have information for us, or you just laughing at us because you're going to be mean?
Oh, no! I just love that song. It's one of my favorites.
Which song?
Anon!
That one.
I think we like it too. Apparently.
You have excellent taste, sir.
All right.
Sir. Can
Who
you
are you and
describe
what's
this
going on?
person?
Sure. He's he's probably somewhere in his young adventuring age, somewhere in his mid-late 20s, strong, rugged adventurer type, and a little bit little mustachioed, and
Human.
he does appear to
Yeah.
be human.
I was just getting ready to that.
And wait, I just had his character right here. Yeah, he appears to be like an able-bodied, seems fairly jovial, and yeah, then he just he's got a duffel bag with him and a very nice sword.
You got a name, partner?
Of course, I am called Dillydread by my friends, and you are?
I'm Kalekulak Maraki Delondal Perduga Langalong.
I'm Kazu Flixie.
Salami!
And I hear you have a name.
Oh,
The Norks
and together we are the Norks
The
of
North
Rock.
Rock. Which probably wasn't as synchronized as it sounded.
That works. It works out so well when we do that.
There's a little bit of an echo, like that you wouldn't have expected at this moment when you do it. Like
We should do
but
that every single time.
but a bizarre. It's like, oh, you're like, but because you didn't do it all in unison, it actually sounded like an echo, and then it was like, oh, it's like that was an interesting effect. Well, I'm around these docks. I sometimes help out the dock workers. Sometimes if there's more adventure to be had, I run off adventuring. But
Well, good. There's some adventuring to be done here then.
with the right people. It's dangerous here, though.
All right. And
So can you
if we're missing a
explain-
person, we're missing a member of our band. So would you
Oh.
know where if there's a lost and found, or sometimes people arrive, a week after the rest of their party?
Yeah, time is not what you might be used to here.
Yeah, can you,
You know what?
just
I'm
tell us
getting
where
sick
we
of
are?
all these. Oh, I'm getting sick of all these time things that are happening around here.
Where are we?
You're in the island of Anon.
Yeah. I know the name of where we are. I know the name of where we are. I know the name of the city where we are. But what kind of plane is this?
Are we
hate
dead?
To say that. I don't think we are, but there certainly are many people here who are definitely dead.
I love that book.
Okay, I'd like to cast light.
Your light is super dim. Like you try very hard, and it just like.
So the mending didn't work well. Illusion didn't work well. Light doesn't work
kazoo.
well.
What is going on?
Oh, this place is not very, let's say, life magic-y. Now they also don't really like necromancers at all. So, but you don't look like the necromancer types.
No, we've got a little warlock magic, but well, at least we can do a little. We can use our spells if we concentrate really hard.
I want to try something. I'm gonna set an empty bottle or piece of trash on the barrel, and I'm going to Eldritch Blast flick it with my finger.
All right. It works enough.
I need to know what I can do and not do here.
Also, I would watch out about being caught littering the.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Let me just get that. My bad.
All right.
I mean, and he looks around and goes, "This is not the cleanest of places, but they do frown on. They're a bit rulesy around here." Mm.
And who is in charge?
Well, there's the sheriff. There's of course ferrymen. There's a port authority. I mean, there's a lot of different.
Do you mean ferry or ferry?
The second one, Ferry. Yeah.
Got it. Thank you. Gotta ask.
Also, is it port or portal authority?
Port.
Okay, not a
Pork?
authority.
I'm hungry.
Sorry.
And is there anywhere we can find some food?
Pork authority.
Well,
Okay, I'd like to open a new
yes.
restaurant and call it.
I need that to be an existing restaurant. Pork Authority?
The
Brilliant.
I'm
pork
Googling it
authority?
They
now.
serve salami.
Honey
Oh,
baked
yeah,
ham, eat your heart out.
Pork authority. Oh.
Why
It's
would you
Pork
name a
Authority.
restaurant?
It's right next to the other
Magnus!
restaurant, which is called A Little Bit Chowder now. Sadly, not my joke, but that is
Quickly, everyone, send these to the Bob's Burgers writers.
Oh, lovely. So friend, can we enlist your services to help us get our bearings and hopefully help us find our friend and then find our way home?
Well, I mean, I can help you sometimes. I do have some work that needs to be done, but you can actually
We would be happy to help you as part of our payment.
Well, perhaps. Sleaze Cake Factory. Sorry, reading the comments. Yes, he says I can help you out. Maybe a little bit later, perhaps not right at this moment. But sure, I can find you. And he says there is a place that you can find, and of course I had it written down. That you can find some nourishment. And I just want to get the name right. Otherwise, I'd make one up. But it is in this book.
We've got several great options in the comments right now.
It's true. Some people call it the Pork Authority, and, but the real name is in this book here, and I'll get it in just a sec. But yes, why don't you head on over to the Pork Authority?
We're all very enthusiastic.
And let's see. Wait, I had it right here. Using other people's books. This is my problem. But
but it's so pretty.
It is.
It is a beautiful book, and
it's got good hand feel.
And we're gonna have some stickers based on the artwork in there.
Yes. Wait, where'd it go?
So while he's looking, I'd like to talk amongst ourselves about what do we want to use for currency here. Is our objective to get home? Our objective is to definitely get home and make sure that we can get back in time for the Battle of the Bands so that we don't leave those poor champions high and
right.
dry.
That's exactly what Aziri would be saying. We've got to stay on schedule and get back in time for the Battle of the Bands. So
he does overhear you, and he says, "The money here is obols, and they are made of. Well, they have a little bit of a spirit in them.
All right.
They are very valuable to the right people, but there's plenty of them around. They're almost like sea glass, almost all over the place."
Oh. All right. Can we do some perception checks and see if they're around?
Sure.
And is there like a place to do currency exchange?
Not exactly.
Okay.
You probably have to
I'm
work.
just asking questions. This is a new plane of existence that I've never been to, man. So
listen, all this talk, by the way, of I just got a sack of ham out so that I could nom on it.
Salami!
Yeah.
You take a little bite of salami, bro? How does that salami taste, bro?
You're delicious.
Is it got a good mouth feel?
Oh yeah.
We'll talk about that. As you head off towards the Pork Authority, there are other people on the docks, and they are wandering about. But there is someone there, actually a singer, and she is actually about to sing a song. And as you look around, she's got a small crowd together, and the singer shall be played by Prue.
Look, I did a whole costume change.
There we go.
I actually really love that hat on you.
Yeah, it was my dad's hat.
Oh my gosh. You remind me of Captain and Tennille all in one.
We're gonna.
All right, here's the song that you hear. Though my sails be torn and tattered, and the mast be turned above, let the night wind chill me to my very soul. Though the spray might sting my eyes, and the stars no light provide, give me just another morning light to sweat salt to on my thirst. I will drink the rain that falls so steady down. Though night's blindness be my gift, there be thieves upon my drift. I will praise the dark that shelters me alone, and I will not lie me down. This rain rages, I will not lie me down in such a storm. If this night be unblessed, I shall not take my rest till I reach another shore. If my friends be drained and weary, and it seems their hopes are lost, there's no need for their bones on this blackened water. And if death waits just off the bow, we need an answer to him now. We will stand to face the morning light without it. I will not lie me down. This rain rages, I will not lie me down in such a storm. If this night be unblessed, I shall not take my rest till we reach another shore. Till we reach another shore.
And you see other people from the audience. They throw. She's got a hat, and they throw little obols, and they are sometimes they're not all the same object, but you can almost feel the spirit inside of each one, and it's more like it's not like a ghost inside each one, but perhaps something like a memory in each one. They have a little bit of spirit in them. And she says, thank you, everyone. I'm Magnolia Strange, and we have another show for you. That's right. And she pulls down another sign that says, Judas and Magnolia Daring Escapes Show.
Ooh.
I know those guys.
She beckons
I
you
love
both
this.
to come closer to all three of you to come closer to the stage. As some of the people walk away, some people come closer as well, and she brings you forward, if that is you want to come forward.
Oh,
Yeah.
But yeah, I want to see this daring escape.
Yes,
All right.
yes.
Well, as you come forward and as she moves a few things around this little makeshift stage that they've got on the side of the street, a man appears with a big beard, and it says he's handsome. And he says, well, I will be defying death for all you good people. And as the singer chimes in, death-defying stunts, and says, I am Dr. Judas Lynch. And he goes, where are my manners? Please give a big round of applause for my wondrous and talented assistant and wife, Miss Magnolia Strange. Cheers.
Yay!
Beautiful song.
And
I want to learn it. I gotta learn it.
oh, she's like, oh, thank you. Judas explains that he is the multiverse's most adept escape artist, having escaped from all the best shackles,
Did he say-
prisons, bonds, and confines.
Did he say
Magnolia jokingly-
multiverse?
Yeah. Magnolia jokingly mocks him behind his back as he brags. We are here to tell you the story of, he begins, but Magnolia interrupts with, oh, I love stories. As I was saying, Judas continues, we are here to tell you the story of life and death, of hope in the face of impossible odds. And the show goes on as Judas shows off various escapes from ropes, manacles, to the delight of the onlookers. Eventually, the duo calls on the audience members to help them with their defying stunt. And Magnolia points to Kazoo and Salome. what a wondrous assistance that we can have up here. Come right up. Come right up. She brings you both over.
Are they human shaped or taller
They
or
are
smaller?
human-shaped.
Okay.
Yes. So,
I found some ham on the ground, so I didn't volunteer.
Oh, ground ham. Yeah, that's the best.
It's better than ground beef.
it's the crunchy bits that are the favorites.
And you wonder why you're half dead in a strange place from eating ground ham.
Prue's a very, very trusting gnome, okay?
It's not ground ham, it's ground ham. Come on, people.
Aziri never lets me eat things off the ground.
Well,
You're
Aziri's
not
not
Prue.
here right now.
As they make several more jokes, they pull out more chains, more ropes, and they actually hand them to both of you.
Oh,
and
this
they,
is for me? I couldn't
yes.
possibly. And I start wrapping myself up in all the chains.
No.
You gotta wait for instructions, Kazoo.
They of course like, oh, of course, that you're one of those volunteers. Okay.
A helpful
Well,
volunteer.
Actually, what we would like you to do is tie me up, says well, there he is right now. Well, hi. Mr.
Don't
Lynch is here.
shame me,
Judas is here.
Kazoo.
That's right. As they joke around with you, let's see. He asks you to place him in a straitjacket with his wrists and ankles tied with 50 feet of rope and 100 feet of chains, and with
That's a lot.
several locks on them. And Judas looks at you, Salome, and is like, "Oh, this is gonna be a good one. Oh boy." And you, because he doesn't know your name. He does actually ask you your names, and introduces you to the audience, and the audience claps for you as well, and says, "All right, Kazoo, you're probably going to be very good with your hands in these to tie some really great knots. And Salome, I expect you to tie me up really tight with these ropes." And then
I punch you in the stomach real hard, right?
No, not today, not this show.
Oh,
That's the
okay.
other show. Yes. So, tell you what. So each of you, say what, Salome, give me this would just be a strength test. And Kazoo, give me your dex.
Oh, goodness.
I rolled 14.
A 14? All right. Give me 2 more as you tighten the ropes up. Give me 2 more
Can
as well.
I use any of my sleight of hand or stealth or any of that stuff with this business?
It's just a straight up dex.
Ooh.
Okay, so that's an
Zolani's
unnatural
throwing a
20.
+5.
Oh, there it is. All right.
I get 17
All right.
without the +5.
Okay.
I have an unnatural 20, so do I roll again too?
Yes.
Then I get the 14 again.
Oh, another 14. You feel like you did a
16?
good job, but actually, give me an intelligence check.
You want me to do intelligence check? Okay.
Uh-oh. There goes the neighborhood.
Okay. 12.
Okay. You did a great job, Salome. You did a great job. No one's ever going to get out of those ropes. You even just like, ah. All right, Kazoo, what'd you get?
Unnatural 20, a 17, and the middle one, which was what? What did I say second? I don't remember. It was like a 14 or a 16.
I'll take it as a 16. All right. You did a pretty good job in making sure everything was tied tight, and you're actually kind of fixed a little bit of Salome's. She got the basic part wrapped around pretty good, but the actual like cinching it down part.
I don't know if this is a good time to remember a callback to episode 1, season 1, where Kazoo got her start. working
Oh,
as
that's
an
right.
apprentice to a magician who did really bad escape acts.
Oh, wow. That's so specific.
Yeah.
That's actually hilarious. This is
It's
not the
very
same one.
specific. Oh no, I assumed it was not the same one. But she basically knows what to do and what not to do when tying him up. Now the question I have for members of the audience, am I going to be that guy or am I going to not be that guy?
Ooh.
Because I know what to do and what not to do. I know what to do and what not to do. Mab also does escapisms. Am I going to be that guy or am I going to not be that guy?
Well, if you got the experience.
Of course, that.
Yes.
Well, I don't even know why I asked. Of course, they're going to be like that guy. You see,
Quick Kevin throws down a not evil.
Not
hashtag.
evil. Not evil. So I'm going to have like the great debate.
Be that
Tell
guy.
me. Is the
Hold on.
amazing
We're
Jonathan-
professional performers, and you know better than to
That's exactly
stand
what
up
I was
with the
going to say.
performer
Mab would not.
and
Mab
mess
wouldn't
up
do
their
it.
stuff.
Mhm.
You know, yeah,
So
don't mess it
Kazu
up.
would not do it. Kazu will make it a good tie.
All right.
That's right.
You
We can F with them later when the show's over if we
Right.
want.
Yeah.
So you basically make it look like that you are doing the things that you are trying to do. There you go. Redemptions are on. Thanks, Reverend Tommy. Right. Yes. Well, but Kazoo would know too, because Kazoo is also a performer. And, remember that your patron is always watching.
Oh,
Always watching.
that's a good point.
Just saying. Just saying. All right. So you are a good volunteer then. Good.
I'm a good volunteer.
That could have changed a lot of things. All right.
I know.
And
I
actually,
just wanted to point that out for those who were not there at the very beginning.
hilariously, what's funny is that Dr. Judas does not seem to realize that you are actually performers, and does not, and you're actually doing such a good job acting like
Play
a
acting.
volunteer that you actually he does not seem to be. I'm sorry, Judas, if you're still watching, I just crit failed on that. That was just oh, does he notice that you're performers and is like, oh, all right, well, we're just gonna, but he totally did not notice that you're actually performers. Like, you're doing such a good job pretending to be just audience members that you actually fool him into thinking that you are just audience members.
And meanwhile, Prue out in the audience is also being an excellent audience member and like gasping at the right time and like ooh and leaning forward and being really engaged.
Nice. He does actually look at you, and there's this knowing look of like, oh, okay, like, but he gives you a professional nod and a like, thank you for being a good audience member. So
My hat to you, sir.
that's right. All right. So once Judas is thoroughly bound, Magnolia wheels out a giant ironclad barrel that is sloshing with water. And his eyes go wide, and he kind of does that's the end of the show, everybody, and hops away. He tries to hop away. Magnolia, of course, stops him and brings him back. And then she brings out a small stepladder and tells him to walk the plank. And before he's fully submerged, Judas addresses the crowd and somberly says, "In a moment, I am going to be pushed underwater, and the barrel will be locked and closed. I'll need to find my way out of these chains and shackles and then free myself from the box before I run out of air." Magnolia walks over to Judas, and they share a kiss before she pushes him underwater.
Don't
walks the
die!
room.
Did we go back to our seats, or are we awkwardly standing there on stage?
Oh, she puts you back over to go back to the audience. Magnolia then sings another song for a certain length of time, and we'll make some tests.
I would
little bit of
hate to have my
sloshing.
escapes be based on a die roll. I escape 99.9% of the time. I do not ever roll that well.
Right?
Ever.
So you feel that little bit of relief knowing that although you did a good job as the audience member of tying the things tight, you didn't actually mess around with anything and lock anything in the wrong place that you were not asked to lock. So you're like, all right, good. But even thusly, the song that Magnolia sings continues on and on for just a little bit longer. And you're like, oh, this is and actually Magnolia does seem to give you both Salome and Kazoo the look of okay, like she got that you are performers, and especially you, Kazoo, who seem to know all of the right ways to be an assistant, like not just a performer, but you're like, oh, you've been a magic assistant. She like, oh, it kind of dawns on her in just that moment. As
and
the
Prue, like myself, in real life, every time she sees somebody who has to hold their breath, she holds her breath too, and she's starting to feel it.
Oh yeah, it's definitely, you're like, oh, this is wow. Like, especially like, what's your constitution?
Good question. Constitution is 11.
Yeah, you're like,
but I'm a singer, so I'm used to taking big gulping breaths.
True. You've got a good bit of breath, but even still, you're like, oh, this is the edge of this is where you would be done. And yes, you still have all your instruments, sure, yes, for those of you asking in the comments. And Magnolia, she sees you, Prue, like doing the like, do I help him? And she's like, And on the very last moment, the barrel lid starts to move, water sloshing out. Judas's hand comes out and he's pushing through the lid, fiddling with the lock that's on top. Moments later, a deep gasp of air and a torrent of water splashes forth as Judas emerges free and unbound. And there was definitely more than one person holding their breath during that moment. So, one of the onlookers yells, "We want more!" and tries to get a chant started, but it kind of doesn't.
I take over the chant and go, "You are awesome! You are awesome!
You are awesome!
The three of you overtake the small chant that had started, and then everyone else starts doing that as well. And
you are awesome! You are
awesome!
You are awesome!
And Judas walks to the front of the stage and says to the crowd, "Memento mori, memento vivere. Remember, someday you will die." And then he smiles with a raised eyebrow. Magnolia steps beside him and concludes, "Remember to live your very best life." Judas then says, "Everything is possible with enough practice and dedication." With a flourish, he makes a coin appear and disappear. The crowd applauds, and the duo passes the hat to collect tips. Judas continues, "If you love the show, we are Judas and Magnolia." And then he adds, "And if you hated our show, we're the Port Authority." And a laugh from the knowing people comes out of the crowd. And then as they collect the hat, Judas, wet, soaking, puts a somehow magically dry cigar in his mouth, lights it, and goes, "All right." And he gives you two a nod of thanks, and he says, gotta talk to a man about a thing, and runs off. And Magnolia looks at at all three of you and says, "Oh," she says, "Well, Kazoo, Salome, thank you for your help. And you," she points to Prue, "oh, you were such a great audience member. There is something about the three of you that I sense some sort of
You might say we are with it.
Alive?
live.
Do
She
we
said-
offend? Yeah.
No, it's more than that. It's more than just a smell. There's
A pulse?
there's your auras have a great destiny. And she actually looks at all of you again, and there's a connecting loop in these destinies that I've never seen the like.
Does it look like this? Or does it look like this symbol?
Does it
Does it look like this symbol? Let's see if I can draw it and have it magically appear using illusions. Does it look like this symbol? God, that symbol?
As you swing your fingers around and form the letters that magically appears in the air. Well, kind of like that. A little bit. Yeah. It's kind of like that. He says, perhaps you'd like me to read your fortunes.
I like that very
we
much.
Don't have any. Oh,
Don't have any money.
But I recognize a fellow traveler entertainer up here. So I would love to meet up, and if you have some time now, perhaps we could have some coffee.
Oh,
food.
I have some tea in my wagon.
See?
I love
Hospitality.
Hmm,
We'll cut up some jackpots and see how it goes.
that would be lovely. And she's like, oh, certainly. We can head back to my Vardo, and we can. You're new here, aren't you?
Is it that obvious?
Yeah. It's okay. She walks you down the streets, round the corner, and down the street you do see a small wagon. You don't see any animal attached to it, and you start walking towards there, and yes, quit, Kevin. I saw it. Yes. So you look around. The walls are all gray and dark. The stone is ancient. Some of it seems like a shadow version of Magecroft, like an even darker version. And you hear all the sounds of people living in apartment dwelling buildings. But there is a silence somewhere in there that, like, as if sound is all muffled when you're not pointed directly at the thing you're talking to, and it all just seems a little off. And as you look around this weird, bizarre city, now is a good time for confessions.
That's right, darlings. We're about to start confessions. Our players are going to have to explain themselves and all of the plans and strangeness and the delight and the charisma. That's how I say charisma. It's also a good time to figure out what the DM has planned. What is he doing with his whole life? So let's start with Kazu.
I tell you what, it's really bizarre to see the whole magic straitjacket escape action happening again. That's a little blast from my ancient past, that's for sure. Seems way more competent than the guy who taught me, who had me be the assistant forever and never the stage performer, which is why I quit. But this is interesting. So we're not dead, but we're in like a land of the dead, and everything is like muted. Even the colors are muted, and I don't know. I have no idea. I'm just trying to figure this out. I'm thinking about busking now because obols. It's a good way to get obols.
And
What is
Prue.
happening?
I don't think we're in Kansas anymore. But, I'm a little hopeful though. It's always nice when you're getting your bearings in a new place to see someone doing some street performing because, well, at least that's always a good fallback plan. And I know that we grok well enough that we can probably earn a little bit of our keep, and not really into this whole thing where it feels like we're dying. But I don't like. There's the time thing. Where's Aziri? All right.
Salami.
Anon and on. Da, 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 da. Anon and on. Da, 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 da. Anon and on. Da, 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 da. I miss Aziri.
Oh.
This is a moment where I would like to point out what our characters are experiencing. It's called Pitch Eye, and I should know all about it. I learned about Pitch Eye from our dungeon master. It's once you become a street performer, you're incapable of walking past a space and not going, I could do a show there. I thought that would be a good place to do a show.
Yeah.
Pitch Eye.
Carmel's inside my mind.
Yeah. Yeah. I think we all went there.
And now a word from our sponsors. And we have so many this week because Halloween is on the way and it's time to stick something in your goodie bag. First off, it's the newest issue of the Mag of Holding, issue 3, Gothic Horror. That is right. And I'm going to do all sorts of things. You got a lot going on over here. I don't know how Shakespeare does it. There it is. Look at that. They're awesome. Give them money. And then there's the Madame Onsa Yuletide Monsters Advent Calendar, which is adorable, and it is also going to have matching greeting cards for the Yuletide times, and it's adorable. Look at this. It's on its way.
It's a happy
So
baby.
cute. So cute. That boy is going to Spain, and he likes it. So that's on its way. Very exciting, very exciting. And the Goblonia Kickstarter has just launched, and check out that delightful RPG of Goblin Antics. I would also like to thank Little Empires and all their 3D model goodness that they've been doing, and their source book for this October adventure, Memento Mori, Memento Vivere. You can buy their products at nat21adventures.com. in the Halloween Adventure Pack on sale right now. But most importantly, darlings, we are sponsored by you, the viewers. If you can support the show, please do so. We appreciate it so much. You can be a patron, and that also not only helps us do what we do best, but it also allows you some magical powers at certain tiers to kind of screw up everything that the DM has planned. And I know that you like to exercise your god powers, darlings. So if you want to continue traveling through the dimensions of art and imagination and gaming and friendship, then please do stick around and support the show. But without further ado, I'm going to bring back everyone that you came here to see. Paulo, Kazu, Prue, and Salame!
Salame! Salame!
There we are. All right. Yes, my friends, we are going through the Memento Mori, Memento Vivere source book, and we're adventuring through. Now, we're not going to adventure all the way through because, of course, if you're going to use it for your home adventure, we're not going to give away all the secrets. So, there will be some spoilers. We'll hit some marks, but we're going to change little things here and there just so that, if your players are watching this and they go, oh, we already know the secrets. Guess what? It'll be different anyway. So
They don't have a pork authority.
that's right. There's no pork authority in this book. So, but yes, you can pick yours up on our website. Boom. Oh, there we go. Oh, there we go. Ta-da! That's right. It's the Halloween Adventure Pack. That's right. You get the source book, 121 pages. You get from Little Empires the Mausoleum 3D. Oh my gosh, it's such a great thing, and it's perfect for your spooky adventures. You're gonna get 2 D21s, our new black and gold and blue swirl, and some Nat 21 coasters. So yeah,
Evil, not evil.
it's $100 value.
Before you move on, before you just sell, I think it is time to toast the founders of the feast.
That's right.
A hearty huzzah to the Patreon saints.
Huzzah!
Ah!
Smooth ball.
Found this
Super
coffee
freaking
maker in the hotel, so I just thought
Yeah, and I thought it was like your cellular phone from the 80s.
from the 80s. Yeah, I'd like to
that's
phone in the rest
a
of this game,
drill.
please.
That is a hand drill.
We're gonna play the improv game. What is this?
It's a combination hookah and coffee maker. Even makes julienne fries. Will not break. It broke.
It's the host of a Saturday morning sci-fi television show about B movies. That's what it is.
In the not too distant future.
Yeah.
In a not too distant future.
All right. Yes, huzzah to our Patreon saints. Thank you for helping support this game and all of our things that we do. We have so many things going on. But right now, let us bring us back to the adventure. Magnolia Strange brings you right around the corner to her little Vardo, where you can already smell the oils and the sandalwood coming from this wagon. Very well painted, beautiful little thing. And she opens the door there with a small magical flourish. You know that it was locked. You hear some slides, but she just opens the door herself. And it, Kazoo, Prue, you hop in easily. Salome, you squeeze in the door, but once you're inside, it is slightly bigger on the inside than it was on the outside. Not too much bigger, but just comfortable. And the smell of warm spices in the air. She's got a little stove on the side, makes some tea, and it is actually quite large on the inside.
Bigger on the inside.
There's a couple
Smaller
of
on the
other doors
outside.
too that you're like, maybe this is even bigger, but she just kind of has you in we'll call it the entryway, I suppose. And there's all sorts of things along the walls, taxidermied animals, and of all makes and models. Some that you didn't think were real, but maybe they are. Hard to say. Strange artifacts, box full of swords, a monkey's paw.
It's a back scratcher.
Yes. Countless flasks, bottles, curiosities, and weird trinkets. A large crate bound with chains and a lock labeled Metamorphosis in a bold font.
That's the name of an act.
Nicely done.
Sure.
2 points for Kazoo.
Yeah. It's a famous illusion.
Yes. Mhm. You're like, you know this trick. You definitely know this trick.
Yeah.
The monkey's paw. It is
I
good
was just going to say Salami really liked the monkey paw. Salami might like to pocket that. But not now. I just look at it.
Okay.
What could go wrong?
What could go wrong? Magnolia does see you looking at it, and she goes, "Oh, don't worry, it's not a magical one." And she takes it down from the shelf, and she does pull on the thing, and there is like a handle on it, and it is a good back scratcher.
Oh.
I swear this is my trailer.
I know, I'm like
this is like Mablandia right here.
I'm reading the book, and I'm like, this is actually Mab's trailer. So she sits you all down, pours you each a cup of tea, and says, I would love to read your fortunes. I would love to know more about you. And if you have any questions, let me know. Who would like to go first? Well, Salome, you had your hand up first, and it's so big.
It's so big. Miss
drum
Magical Lady Person.
Yes.
Why are all the things in your place needful?
Needful?
Do you need them?
I need them. They're needful things.
Oh, why do you need them? Well, that's a bigger question. Let me see your hand. And so she looks at your hand and she goes, "Oh, well,
Stop moving.
I don't want to be mean, but to say needy." She goes, you just like things.
Aw.
And you know,
Okay.
you can have everything, but you don't have to take everything with you. You know what? Do you know what I mean?
No.
No.
But I like the way that you say it to me. So okay.
The paths we lead are interwoven with the paths of others and the threads of the universe. And
Wow.
and Salome, are you looking at your hand?
Yeah.
Have you ever really looked at your hand? Because did you know that on your hand is a slightly swirling grok symbol?
What? Look at it. Look it. It goes swirly, swirly.
Salami. How are you doing this, Salami? Do I have
Lots
one?
of practice.
You do, Prue. You have one as well, Kazoo. It's just tiny. It's on your hand, but it is swirling. And
Okay. I legit need to get that tattooed.
you did on your hand.
I'd be like, hey,
That's
what's up?
what- Definitely.
Uh,
Oh, wow.
hmm.
I feel so validated.
We're on the team, man.
Someone loves you a lot. But
This is so good.
and she takes Salome's hand and like kind of turns it over. She like looks at one side, turns it all the way over, and you notice that Salome, there's a line that, you know, like it's a crease in your hand, but it actually goes like all the way around. And it, yeah, like almost all the way around. Almost meets at on the other side.
What line is that?
She goes, "That is the strangest timeline I've ever seen."
Oh, yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, we're not going in a line. We're more like a wibbly wobbly Jeremy Baramy kind of thing.
Jeremy Baramy.
Jeremy Baramy.
What's that? That's Tuesday.
That's my birthday.
Right. So, do you have any other questions? That's Fork. Well, Magnolia goes on to explain that while many palm readers can wax poetic about heart lines or headlines and lifelines, this timeline it's very strange.
We've been through some things.
I've never seen that before. And Does paths reveal the interconnection between all of the space and all of the time. And that's where
deep.
the real magic lies.
Yeah.
She goes, well, she hums a little bit more and
Quick question. Was that a metaphor or do you mean that in a literal sense? Because my magic has been super low grade here.
well, yes. This whole place it's apart from the rest of all of the other worlds. It's farther away. If farther is a distance, it just has a thin hold on all of the other universes. So magic is just very strange here.
Huh.
So when you said the crossroads and the magic's where the magic lies, is that what you were? Is that literally where the magic lies? Like, is magic working there? Like, this is what I'm trying to figure out.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah, that's yes, but getting there is going to be difficult. You're going to have to. Well, I don't want to go on too much without seeing your hand, helper. And she and she looks at your hand and again she goes, and you have a very interesting timeline as well, which
Oh yeah.
So Kazoo, at a certain point in your timeline, as you flip your hand over, there's a spot that you hadn't noticed before, and it's not a mole. It's like a bump, and it's a very hairy little bump, a silver haired bump.
Ugh.
Shoot, where's my wigs over there?
I need to get that lanced. Can we get that lanced?
Oh my gosh.
I wouldn't. Ooh, that's very strange. That's very weird.
Can you tell me where in this timeline that is occurring? Like, you can do the 10 years, 20 years, 30 years, 40 years, whatever.
I've never seen lines like that.
Okay.
I can't tell you where that is. It's.
Is it in my past or future?
Silver Fox, take a drink.
It sure is.
All right, that's.
Yes.
Thank you.
Steel Fox. Sorry.
That's right, Steel Fox. There's already a Silver Fox.
I got the name wrong. Take a drink.
Steel Fox is everywhere.
That's right.
So,
the Steel Fox was inside you the whole time.
That's right.
No, it's actually on my wrist right now, and I tell you, it is not aesthetic. I'm gonna start wearing bracelets.
Magnolia looks at you, Kazoo, and says, You've gone through some changes in your life, and you seem. She looks at you and she goes, there are forces more powerful than me who know that you're deep down inside not evil.
Literal tears is falling.
I always believed in you.
Have some tea.
Oh. Do me next. Do me.
Very well. She looks at your hand and again, tabletop tea. That's right. That's right, my friends. Your tea, straight from Tabletop Teas. She looks at your hand and again, yes, you also have the symbol of Grok slowly spinning on your hand and a timeline that almost goes around full circle. She kind of talks about some of your flaws, some of your ideals, and I mean she nails it. Like you're like, oh, yep, I do that. Yep, I don't.
Yep,
do
you
that
got
too.
it. You got it. That's exactly me. You got it.
And if you let me know if you have any questions though about anything.
Are we going to be in time for the Battle of the Bands?
Very important.
Ooh.
Very important.
Are we going to find Aziri?
Also important.
She looks at all of your hands actually, and she says, I time is strange here, and you will be back if I'm correct. That's if you can get out. But this plane is difficult to get out of. Judas and I have the possibility to help you out. But under certain planar conjunctions, I don't think the next one will be for a few months here, though. Sorry, dears. It's a shame that ferrymen have things set up the way they do, really. Oh. Wait. So much.
We can do it, guys. We can do it.
Oh, wait. Oh, we're going this way. Oh, sorry. All the drop in the world. Why is this so hard?
I got it.
This is an illusion, darlings. Space and time.
I love how we all got stupid at the same time.
Did we all just crit fail the symbol of Grok? Yeah.
I am crying. Oh,
My friends, the Norks of Grok reached across time and space, literally across every state in the country. Metatron is right. The power of Grok.
Yes. Yes. Well, if you have any other questions, let me know.
How do we get out of here? You said you can help. What do we got to do?
Well, the only way that we know how is through some of our magic and through planar conjunctions. But the next one's not here for another, I don't know, maybe a couple months. But I mean, the ferrymen, the way they're set up, they're only there. It's difficult to explain, but it's just the way that they do business. It's kind of a one-way street and that sort of thing.
Do the ferrymen take you to death or back to life, back to reality?
No, they bring you. Well, here. They bring you here. It's complicated. I mean,
back
Port Authority.
To life, back to reality, back to life, back to reality.
You can talk to them.
Talk to the Port Authority or the ferryman? Port
the
Authority?
Ferryman.
The ferryman. Are the ferryman the Port Authority? Are they the one and the same, or are they two separate?
Well, they're part of the. They're not the same. I mean, they all work together, sort of, but they're definitely different guilds. Let's just say that. So the Port Authority works for the city.
Mm-hmm.
Ferrymen are kind of like. They are workers, but they're their own guild.
Who do they work for? Who do they work for? Who's their boss?
Technically, the city. Don't know.
I mean, I'm willing to escalate. I'm willing to get like a writ of passage. I've done my fair share of artful documentation.
Well, you'd have to talk to the ferrymen and the Port Authority about anything like that.
If we get to talk to the ferryman, I've got a song, and I'm working on it right now. All right?
Great.
Yeah. Oh.
You've been lovely.
Well,
Lady
thank you.
Mac.
And thank you for being part of the show. And, if there's anything else that
Yes,
you need
absolutely. So our priorities right now are find Iziri and get out of here.
She's here somewhere.
She's got to be here somewhere. This is her beloved cousin, sister, I think.
Yes. And sometimes lover.
Oh, there you go.
Well, there's all kinds of love. She's here somewhere. Might have. That's all I know, though.
Oh, you know what? If Iziri registered the Port Authority when we all showed up, there was everybody had to register. So maybe if we talk to the Port Authority, would the Port Authority let us know if they showed up, if any like Iziri showed up, like if we are looking for a specific someone?
I mean, they'll have the information, but whether or not they give it to you, that's kind of bureaucracy. Blah.
Right, I hear you. But I also know I did spend a little time in Magecroft, so I know a little something about that. It's called bribery. Are they open to bribes?
I mean, enough obols, maybe.
Okay. So I have a couple of plans, guys. I wanted to pitch you. Pitch, get it? Pitch. And definitely would love your insight on locations. But I think if we busk and make enough noise, Iziri will hear us playing and come to us. Also, because we are going to grok so hard, we're going to make so many obols. And then that's going to get us what we need to effectively bribe the Port Authority. And if the bribe doesn't work, just conversation. Not evil. Hashtag not evil. I'm not evil. I said conversation.
Me like idea for a rock.
Oh, nice.
So are we gonna busk or what?
Well, you know what? There's an audience already here.
I know, and I prepared some stuff.
Yay!
Songs I prepared.
Well, as you walk out the door of the wagon, and you like find this spot, and you're like, "Holy crap! There's already a crowd here!" And I don't know how many people are there in the raid, but welcome, raiders! You're just in time. As you've entered this weird dimension, the band is right here, ready to play for you. I should just I'll just pop out. Who's gonna play?
I prepared a song.
Well, then here you go.
I've got a prepared
the
song and
lyrics.
I've got a ferryman song.
Oh yeah. This is a song about love and books. The book of love is long and boring. No one can lift the damn thing. It's full of charts and facts and figures and instructions for dancing. But I love it when you read to me and you can read me anything. The book of love has music in it. In fact, that's where music comes from. Some of it is just puzzle. Some of it is just really dumb, but I love it when you sing to me. You can sing me anything. The book of love is long and boring and written very long ago. It's full of flowers and heart-shaped boxes and things we're all too young to know. But I love it when you give me things and you ought to give me wedding rings. I love it when you give me things. You ought to give me wedding rings.
And with that, nicely done. Throw me a performance check as this crowd you've mystified, perhaps.
Oh, so close. I think it's a 26.
26. All right. You actually see.
Sorry, make that a 28.
Nice. You actually see a couple of them actually pull the rings off their fingers. And
I'm getting married.
and like almost as if they're in a spell, and they just like here, and they toss you what appear to be wedding rings. Just a few of them, because they're not all married, or nor do they all have wedding rings. But they wander off as if they had been bespelled by your musical magic.
Could we catch them and do another song? I got songs.
Do you have another song?
Oh, yeah, we got songs. We're the Nortons of
Gruff.
All right, well, okay, let's do another song.
Salami, since Aziri's not here, you wanna try to do the Aziri thing?
Yeah. All eyes on Salami. All of you people. Hi. Yes, you. Even those of you who no longer have your rings, you still have your ears. So you will listen to the greatest songs of our time in the flesh, teeny weeny pro.
That was great. How can we see our way back home through open doors? This city eating down into my core, where I become so numb without a soul. My spirit sleeping somewhere cold until you find it there and lead it back home. Let me out of here, let me out of here. Let us find our way out of the dark. Tell us when to run before we come undone. Save us from the nothing we'll become. Bring me to life. Bring me to life.
Woo! Throw me that performance check.
And Salami gets one too, right?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Y'all are awesome. I love that the raid showed up like seconds before we were gonna busk.
I only got a 14. Can anyone help me out?
I got the 13.
Toss a bonus to your Bardo.
Toss a bonus to your bard, y'all. Auto
Toss a
success
bonus
from
to
Johnny
your
O'Trish.
Bardo.
Oh, and Zalani said crit. All right, so one of
Oh.
us gets a crit, and I get an auto success. So,
All right.
so
All right,
Salami,
well,
I think
Salome,
it's the crit.
you critted the crowd. You stopped them in their tracks, turned them around, and then Prue auto success. But
A real competent job.
yes, auto success, but not a critical success, but a good one enough that people again mystifyingly hand you small obols, a watch, a picture, an actual picture like a painted cartouche of like in a locket, a lot of little stuff.
A lot of non-obols, though.
Well, those are actual. They actually have some memories
They do
residual in them,
Oh.
and so there are a few.
Oh. Well, so did my pirate coins. That's why I thought those would work out.
It kind of did, sort of.
And
Well,
whenever we find the ferryman, I've got another song for him.
all right. So, would you were you gonna? I wasn't sure if you were gonna head down back over to the ferryman or the port authority or the pork authority.
I mean, I
Yeah.
want us to be playing for I'll
Right.
play for the rest of the night until we make enough noise to find a Ziri.
Right.
But if we have to go somewhere first,
Right.
because we're
So we
running
could
out
at
of-
least try to get the ferryman a little charmed on our behalf.
Oh, we can play
Whenever-
the song. Yeah. I see what you're doing.
Yeah.
All right.
If you don't mind it being the Prue show for another minute.
Well, you
If you're
head
gonna play-
over, and then you realize that you actually walked the wrong direction for a second, and you're like, "Wait a minute!" Or either the city is not the same shape as it was when you went into that little wagon, or you took a wrong turn. But you're like, "Oh, wait, no, the dock has to be over here." And Kazoo,
That could happen to anyone.
give me a give me a wisdom, just a wisdom save.
Oh, I did not roll badly. I rolled a pretty decent wisdom. So it'd be a 13.
Okay.
Wasn't badly.
We are
You
not.
actually, the street that you're like, ooh, you get a weird feeling. This is like the same shape and size as that alleyway that you totally pink misted that group. Like,
Oh crap! Oh
You're
crap!
like-
Oh crap! Oh crap! Oh crap! Oh crap!
and you didn't quite hold it together. You were kind of like, so you're feeling a little weird. And at that moment, as you're kind of like feeling that awkwardness,
Not evil.
halfway down the alleyway, you see two men, or at least they appear to be men, and one of them kills the other one.
Oh! Did you
And
see that?
then dagger through the stomach up and throws him down, and then with a whirl of his cloak leaps up the side of the building, farther than a normal person should be able to just leap in one shot. It is a really tall building though, and starts to climb up the side of the building, and you're like,
Murder
what?
alley. Murder alley. Murder alley. This is
What do you do?
Elise of murder. I will.
It was the
I want
alley.
to try
I
to
think
loop my friends in a little bit here about what's this looks just like the alleyway where the horrific mist of pinkness happened. And then you guys just saw that, right? Did you see the one guy get stabbed? Did I make that up? Did that really happen?
You see a guy, and he is climbing up the side.
Okay, you guys see that guy, right?
I get out my short bow and I take aim and try to shoot him.
Okay. There's a bunch of clotheslines and not clotheslines, but ropes and other things. It's a pretty tough shot, but you can try.
All right.
You got this. You got this. You got this. Bardic inspiration.
Yeah, you really want to get
parkour. Red Bomb's giving you advantage.
Oh, thank God. All right. So fantastic. So it's a 22 with the advantage. Thank you.
You sink an arrow into his cloak. He doesn't. He kind of. You see him like, take it and continue to climb.
Oh.
Salome, what would you like to do? Oh yeah, how much damage was that? Sorry.
Oh, 4.
4. All right.
What am I even doing here?
It's sort of like the arrow just kind of like absorbed into his cloak, and he took it. You definitely saw him like oof, but he continued to run.
Oh man.
Salome, you're standing there. Prue has just whipped out her bow and fired. Despite the not full cover or anything like that, but.
Salome, you got a nat 21 to whatever you want to do. Thanks,
no.
Kevin.
Okay, but there's also one to the DM, so.
Yes.
Oh, y'all.
So I see him hurt person. So I want to hurt his feelings.
Okay.
I'm going to cast vicious mockery.
Yeah, you are. You're so good at that.
I wrote these up over the week.
Oh yeah, hold on a second.
Okay. Oh, look, my beard has evaporated. Hey, you! Murder person! I want to kink shame your parents. Your birth certificate is just an apology letter. Your mama's so fat. She has a mouth on the back of her neck rolls to eat more food.
I've seen that.
What's the difference between you and the dragon? You're both awesome except for you. You're a murderer.
Oh.
I bet you can't fart and chew gum in the same chair. If you were a puppet, I would not stick my hand in you.
Whoa.
Thank you.
Yeah, that is.
Take that.
All right. Yes, well, sadly, with my natural 21 and even with your natural 21, the person does not seem despaired.
That is one cold muffle.
There's a pear right next to him. He is clearly not deep in despair.
I'm gonna try hold person.
All right then.
All right. Oh, I have a nat 1 to cancel the DM. Oh.
All right, whatever you do it well.
You're canceling the DM. You've been canceled.
And nat 21 at Kazoo.
Oh.
All right. So, I suppose what's the range on whole person?
60 feet. Are we there?
Yeah, not quite. He's not 60 feet up. That's for sure. He is up there, and now
I will run and make sure he's within range. And 60 feet.
He is at this point, because this is 2 rounds. He's 30 feet up, and now he is hanging on to a window.
He's not moving anymore. He's just sitting there because
Yeah.
he's frozen. It worked.
Seems to be.
Okay.
All right, then.
Okay, that worked.
All
How do we
right,
get him
then,
down now?
Kazoo,
Hello,
give me
person in the window.
Give me a.
Wait, do you want me
give
to
me
try to?
an
You want me
Arcana
to shoot
check.
him again?
DM's canceled out
Arcana.
into the show. I don't know, man. Give me a Arcana check.
Not a bad roll. Not a bad roll. Oh, sweet. That'd be 21, non-natural.
You have to concentrate on hold person to hold this person.
This is definitely okay, guys. If you can get him down, I am keeping him from getting away. But this is really.
Oh,
taking
well,
all of
Sally
my
just gave
concentration.
us. Sally just gave us a crit 21 for the window to slam down on his fingers.
You can't let go.
I guess
though.
is that a luck grow?
That's absolutely
Roll.
doable. It does slam down on his fingers, but he is held. Although, actually, if you're attacked, does that cancel the hold person? Are you sure about that? I think it does. But he's just an auto success for the DM. All right, so he technically makes it save.
Nope, doesn't make any. It doesn't. But he can make save at the end of each turn. But
Right.
it being attacked does not cancel.
It does not change it. Oh, the old hold person spells. Anyway. All right, so the window slams down on his fingers, and he does not seem to move at all.
Yeah, you guys
Like-
gotta get him down. I can't.
All right. Salami, how well can you climb? Can you just go grab him and fireman carry him back down here?
I'm not that strong, but I can try.
Push
Or
him down.
hold on, I could cast Phantom Steed, and Ferdinand, my Pegasus, can take me up there to grab him.
Oh, Phantom Steed. What level is that spell?
It's a 3rd level spell, but I can cast it at 4th level.
You cast the spell, and
Come to me, Ferdinand, and bear me whence I wish to go.
a small, tiny, what usually is the little like a portal opens up, and Ferdinand pops out, and it's just a little this little teeny, and all you see is like the little unicorn horn, just like boop 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 boop, and it pulls back, and the hole is gone.
No, Ferdinand, no.
Oh no.
Can I shoot him?
Is that a bonus action, or is the spell a bonus
Well,
action?
No, neither of those things.
Just
Salome.
push him down.
We can't reach him.
Can I can I cast Charm Person?
Sure, you can try.
Okay, let me see how to do this. I've not cast this yet. What do I roll for this? Hang on.
As you're there, Kazoo, well, no, wait, you can't notice it because you're concentrating on the whole person spell. Prue, as you're like, oh, my spell didn't work. You do see all of those people. There's a bunch of people at the end of the alleyway, and they're like, hey, that guy just got stabbed. And they're looking at the three of you who are the closest to him.
It was him. We're trying. So yes, if I'm noticing them, then it was him. We're trying to capture him and bring him to justice. He just killed that man.
Help us!
They're like,
Help us!
they're like,
But
someone
if you
call
let go,
someone call the sheriff. And they start to yell. And
Kazu, if you let him go, now that his fingers have been crushed, he will drop.
Really?
I think so.
Unless he is already dead.
Ugh.
I don't.
Salome solves the mystery. You're not entirely wrong, but
Maybe they're just playing a game of tag because in this place everybody dead.
He's not moving or getting up or anything.
Playing a game of here, hold my knife.
Nobody likes that game, Salome.
the game of sheath my knife somewhere.
We love.
Happy dagger.
That game.
Happy dagger.
Oh, happy dagger. Here is your sheath.
Oh, happy dagger.
Um,
Oh, happy dagger.
all right, so Salome, are you gonna what are you doing? Anything?
All right, so
aside from-
is he within? I had to check. Is he within 30 feet?
He's
Still.
30 feet up, so you can be underneath him.
Okay. I'm gonna cast Charm Person so I can be like, hey, come down and take a piece of salami.
Right now, he's all oil can.
He doesn't move.
Oh yeah, that's right. He's slamming windows, so he's not gonna do nothing. I'm going to try to. Then I try to climb.
Okay, give me
And go
a
get
strength
him.
check.
Okay.
There are plenty of things to grab onto that, you know.
A
can get you
20.
there. Oh, nice. All right.
Yeah.
So you get like 15 feet up, half your movement. Kazoo, he is still held. Prue, what do you do? They are definitely like there's now groups of people on either sides of the hall of the alleyway, and they're like, "Hey, what's going on?" And like people are like, "Oh, they just stabbed this guy," and they're
This guy stabbed that guy.
So it's I'll take care of this. You just hold him. This guy stabbed that guy, like she said. And then he started climbing up to get away. So I guess I spend my whole turn explaining what's going on to these people so that they don't murder us. Can someone check on him? You in the red shirt, check on him and see if he's still alive and if there's any healing that can help him. And you in the green shirt, stand under here just in case he falls so that you can help us catch him. Don't worry, I've got Featherfall ready to deploy. So
you're gonna have to persuade them super hard.
You're damn right I will.
Oh no,
Okay.
a bard has to persuade people. Oh no.
Let's see what we got, people. My rolls have been pretty crap today, so I'll tell you why, because I haven't been rolling with my 21 sided dice. All right, so
Mine
let's
have
see.
been very middle
Oh,
of
nat 21 to Prue.
Thank you. I'll take that nat 21. That puts me at 28 to persuade.
You get a big
Thank you, Magnus. Thank you, Magnus. Ooh, and
Oh
quit,
my
Kevin.
God.
I'm going to save that auto success for the next thing I have to do.
So here's the thing: they have advantage on their not being persuaded, and I also got a 21. They're like, yeah, no, you probably no. Well, why would I listen to you? You stabbed them. Let them call the sheriff, and you can definitely hear like the shouts down the street of the sheriff's being called. Kazoo, give me another Arcana roll.
Oh, okay. How high do I need to roll here?
It's pretty high. You do get an advantage.
Oh, I'll take the advantage. Yes. That would be an 18 with my advantage.
You can tell that you can only hold this for one more round.
Yeah, you guys, we got one round to wrap it up, whatever the round language terminology is.
If I am noticing them not responding to my persuasiveness, then then I'm readying an action to sing to them with my harp so that I can have that boost in charm.
All right. They go, look out, she's got a harp.
All right. Can I think?
Because they're like,
I got it.
you're like whipping out. They're like, oh,
Oh, is this a magic harp that does lasers?
yeah, it does.
Yeah, this is the laser lightning poison tangle harp of charming.
Salome,
I'm very charming.
you continue to climb,
Yeah.
and you catch up. You can grab his foot. Or what would you like to do?
Well, first I'm going to shake his foot and go, "Hey, you kill a guy. That's not nice."
Just give me a strength check.
Okay.
I'm ready. If she's got her hands on him, I am ready to release.
9.
Okay, she does not really.
9 total.
9 total.
Is anyone in the comments
How
helping her?
about 14?
Oh,
yeah.
Okay, you're like,
Wait,
hey,
Kevin.
and you're like, and then he just not moving. He just comes off the wall. And you're like,
Okay, I keep my old version.
Salome, you're gonna need to give me another strength check, or you are gonna fall 15 feet.
Advantage.
I've got feather fall ready. It's a
I rolled a 1.
so feather fall, y'all.
I don't know, man.
I'm gonna say that crit one actually caught you off guard as you, Prue, were whipping out your harp and getting ready to like, I got you. You suddenly see the person who was up there. Oh, yeah, that's right. You just climbed 30 feet. So in front of you, you're like, okay, we're ready to grok, and then.
Oh,
that would be the drummer of the band. So
look, she's
good,
hurt
right?
now. She was hurt trying to save this creature who just stabbed that man.
The man who fell literally kind of falls apart when he hits the ground.
Ooh,
and
that's not good.
Spirit comes out of his body, looks at all of you, and goes whoop, through the wall.
Budge.
Oh.
Okay, guys.
And now the sheriff's here.
Cheese it. Cheese it. Cheese it.
I'm ready to sing.
Nuts.
And there the two of you, the two gnomes stand. There's two bodies on the ground, and Salome also on the ground after a great fall.
How's that song go? The bodies hit the floor.
Let the bodies hit the floor.
And now the sheriff and his men are here. And what a perfect time to say, and that's it for this adventure, everybody. We're going to start next week right off where what a nice cliffhanger. It's gorgeous. There we are, the group of very heavily armed sheriff's men with a bunch of people pointing right at all of you.
Mental note, help no one ever. That's what I learned today. Do not help people. Oh my gosh. Also, magic is hard. And I miss Aziri. I'm pretty sure we would not have gotten into this mess with Aziri was here. I mean, pew, pew, pew. That would have been it. And don't help people.
Well, that escalated quickly. I don't think I like it here. Let's hopefully we will be leaving very soon. And if we get arrested or killed, hopefully I'll at least get to have my heart with me.
Oh.
It's raining me. Ouch, ouch, it's raining me. Ouch, ouch. I'm gonna fall down. I'm gonna let myself get absolutely really hurt. It's raining me.
Could Goodness gracious, what have you been doing for the past 2 hours? I feel like it's some sort of psychological torture for our performers, but they seem to come back over and over again for more. So this is where I tell you, darlings, that we are on multiple times a week. We have several shows, and let me just throw this there. Look at that. Look at all those shows. We've got Creating with the Crew tomorrow at 12:30. And because it's not on here, a special extra BAM!
Ooh.
Monday nights before the Glamour Hobo Bedtime Tales, you can tuck in with Lady Prudence. There's lots going on, darlings. There's lots. Remember, there's writing sonnets, there's Gothic Horror Gaming, there's Savage Moon, there's reading, there's writing, there's making, there's watching, there's gaming, there's screwing with the people trying to do all of those things. And it's very, very exciting. You can support us on Patreon. You can join us on the Discord and have your voice heard. You can support all of the people who have been supporting us, like getting yourself a Halloween pack and getting the cryptid advent calendar, and you can just be ingrained. You can be in all of our dimensions simultaneously. And with that, I give you back to the gentle administrations of your host.
Thank you, everybody, for watching. Again, we have the month of October. Our All Bard party is going to be trapped in the dark land of Anon. And
I don't
this
like
is a
it.
really
I don't like it.
awesome source book. It's 5e compatible, and you can actually run it on its own system as well. So it's really cool. It's really awesome, and we are just getting started. Wahahaha, clearly. And my friends, this is our adventure for tonight. We'll be back here next week with all of our players. So we'll see what happens when someone comes in with an angry eye. And
Uh-oh.
Sorry,
An
what?
angry demon eye.
That's
Okay.
right. Well, my friends, I hope you've enjoyed our adventure for tonight. We have more adventures all week long in Nat 21, and this adventure will be back again, of course, 8 p.m. Eastern, and next week on Tuesday night. Remember, it's Nat 21 Adventures. When a natural 20 just won't do, you need a Nat 21.
Purr, purr.